You know, because you got to remember about one thing about saints: they're not saints until they die. They're not when they're alive. They're people like you and me.
Yes.
And you know, earlier the question of Dorothy Day came up. Now, my confessor, and you'll hear a lot of people, oh my gosh, the idea of that communist even being a servant of God. Well, my confessor in high school was James Francis Cardinal McIntyre, who was anything but a wild-eyed liberal. And he knew Dorothy Day. And I asked her when she was alive at the time of this conversation. I said, well, what do you think of her? And he said, well, I'll tell you, I enjoy her company. I've always liked spending time with Dorothy Day. And mind you, this is a very high bar, sorry, conservative. Sorry. But he said, I enjoy spending time with her. She's enjoyable to be with. But whether she's a saint or insane, I don't know. One or the other, I'm sure. But see, that's because even if she is a saint in heaven now, she was Dorothy Day, the alive person then. And especially when we're talking about canonizations like, I don't want to mention names, but St. Paul VI. Those of us who lived under such people, it's hard for us sometimes to think that such a person might be in heaven, because we have no great love. We had no great love of them while they were on earth. I mean, I certainly didn't care much for Paul when he was alive. But you have to stop and think, well, if the church says this, how and why would it happen? And personally, I think that it was the 10 years of being universally despised that came after Humanae Vitae. If he is in heaven, that's probably what put him there. I mean, I'm not the judge of the living and the dead, thank God. But
we all thank God for that, Charles.
Well, even God thanks God for that.
God thanks God for that.
No, seriously, I'll just close by saying, because you know, brother made a very important point, and that is that dwelling too much on this stuff can lead you to doubt the whole machinery. And whenever I begin to have these worries and thoughts and all that, I think of the Eucharistic miracles. At the bottom of it all, the thing is true. And if things appear wiggy to us, that wigginess is in our eyes, not in the reality. It may even be in the hands of the hierarchy, but it's not reality.